Hey Taurus, how are you? This is your October reading, and I don't think you got a reading last month because I had phone issues and I got a new phone and then I lost that phone and there was a lot of stuff stored on there, and so some people found the phone but they would never give it back. But that's their bad karma. I'll get another new phone. So I'm using my old phone, which is kind of challenging. But anyway, here you go. Here's October. And I have been really focusing and shuffling these, thinking about your energy and how you guys are doing and how you're feeling. I do want to take a minute to send a little message. I have a friend who's a Taurus who probably watches these videos. I know she has before, if she hasn't blocked me, because I was snarky. She kind of said something and I didn't like it, and so I responded snarky back to her, which she kind of deserved. But if it is her, she's up in Oregon where all the wildfires are, and I do want to say that regardless of any little spat we had, spiritually, you know, I hope you're okay. I hope the fires aren't close to you, and stay inside. Don't breathe that bad air. I know it's really rough. Okay, so enough of that. That's for little Linda. I call her little Linda. So little Linda, I hope you're okay. God bless you. Okay, and for the rest of you guys, yeah, I was really focused on your energy, on your Taurus energy and how things are going. And, you know, I've been telling you that this year, oh, look at that, the sun. So there's some good things happening. Change is going to bring you to happiness. What is this change going on? The Five of Staffs, that's fire energy. That can be new job. Definitely changes in career, changes in home, changes in the way the world sees you. But we have the sun. So I think a lot of this can be a relationship change. Some of you are getting involved with someone new, or someone you've been with is finally just, you know, getting their act together. Okay, so wow, that's amazing. You've got the sun right off the bat. And like I was gonna say, this was a really pivotal year for a lot of you Taurus. I feel like you were gonna kind of have a lot of starts and stops. It's funny, remember I said that way back in December. There's a lot of starts and stops and starts and stops, and by the end of this year, things should be set. It's interesting, because of COVID, there have been starts and stops, shutdowns, openings, shutdowns, you know, a lot of back and forth. And then, of course, everything happening up in certain areas, you know, of cities. Four of Staffs, you see, the five change, but the sun and the four becoming solid. The Chariot, destiny, you see, your goals coming true. So I feel like you've been a little bit passive possibly throughout the year. A lot of you have not, you know, you have a sweet nature, you know, and you don't always like to put a whole lot of your energy into something, or your force. When you do, you're a force to be reckoned with. But you do like to coast. You like to be sweet. You don't like to fight. You know, you kind of just want things to flow. But when you decide to, you know, muster your energy, your focus, your passion, your force, you know, then it's like you're unstoppable. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe all this is bringing you to a point where you're just, it's like you're putting your head down, you're snorting, you're pawing the ground, and you're thrusting forward through life, you know, and into that next phase. Because this is showing the sun, the Chariot, that's major arcana. The Four of Staffs, you being very happy. Also, the moon is exalted in Cancer, and the Chariot is the card of Cancer. I mean, the moon is exalted in Taurus, and so you have some Cancer energy. So this can be like you're at an emotional brink where you just emotionally, that's it, you're at the brink, and so you just thrust forward this Five of Staffs, this change. It's just like, okay, you're gonna do it, you're gonna go through it, you're gonna go through that metamorphosis and get to this Chariot. You know, I don't know why, but I have this feeling like for some reason you're getting a little bit of money from somewhere. There's a little bit of financial help or business help or something kind of unexpected that you didn't count on or didn't think about, that's going to all of a sudden help you? Oh, judgment. Interesting. Are you getting a judgment? Are you winning some money? Have you maybe been battling something, some kind of paperwork to get something happening? Because judgment is coming, you see, and the moon is illuminated in this judgment. So this is very interesting energy for you. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. So it's very possible this Queen of Cups in this judgment has something to do with this goal being attained, or money coming through, or financing, or some kind of help. Maybe it's free rent, maybe it's somewhere to live, maybe it's a car that you needed that was destroyed, or maybe something like that. There's something really good happening for you. There's a lot really good happening for you, actually, and I think things are really kind of finally going to start lining up for you in a way that is going to give you a better sense of satisfaction, a deeper feeling of emotional well-being that maybe you haven't really had consistently. You've had bits and pieces of it, but it's like it doesn't stick, The thing is, there's a certain level of fear and insecurity, I think, that has taken over you. Not just you, a lot of people have it, a lot of people don't, but I feel like you've maybe had a bit of that for some reason. I get this feeling that not all of you, but some of you have definitely had a feeling of kind of insecurity, or just not really sure. It can't. Maybe it's not even fear. Maybe it's just an uncertainty. What do I do? And so that's kind of put you in a almost like a life coma, where you just haven't really moved forward in a way that you wanted, or in the direction that you wanted, or maybe you have, but it hasn't given you the result that you wanted. But all that is changing with the Sun and the Chariot and Judgment and the Queen of Cups and, okay, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, I can't believe all these major arcana cards you have. Look at Judgment, the Chariot, the Sun, and now the Hierophant. You see that? Crazy, right? In that order: the Sun, the Chariot, Judgment, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant, is some people associate it with Virgo. I don't know why, because it's a number 5. I guess Mercury is associated with Virgo, so that could be one of the reasons. But some people say this is clergy, it's spiritual. It's interesting because Judgment and the Hierophant, those could go together. That can be a priest, it can be a judge, it can be a rabbi, it can be anyone that's kind of, what do I want to say, like they have their own society. Judges rule their court. Priests and preachers, they have their church or their temple. Rabbis have their temple, or whatever it is. So some people think that's marriage. And interestingly enough, with that Sun card, that could be marriage for some of you. But it could also be that this Hierophant is saying this has to do with judgment, okay? So very, very, very interesting, powerful energy. Oh, and ironically, Aries got this too. The Empress, fertility. You see, things are finally going to start. Here's another person going the wrong way down a one-way street, and they don't even have matching rims. Okay. Anyway, he looked way fucked up. But so the Empress is, this is fertile. This is fertility. This is your dreams manifesting. This is you being able to enjoy life and have the things you want, or attaining a certain goal that's really, really important to you. Okay, again, major arcana. Look at, out of all of this, 3 minor arcana and so far 5 major arcana cards. You have a lot of destiny at play here. So for things that maybe haven't worked out, or things that maybe were taking a long time, you were feeling like, what the heck is going on? I want you to know that you probably didn't have as much control over it as you might think. You might think, oh yeah, it's true, I didn't go out there, I wasn't super proactive, I didn't make this happen or whatever. But the thing is, it wasn't the right time, and timing is everything. We all know that timing is everything. It always is, but now is that time. Now is when things are going to happen. Okay, this is a really, October is an important month, and ironically, you know, they call it Oktoberfest. It's often associated with harvest. You know, the harvest of the year kind of coming to conclusion, moving almost to fall and winter, and in the fall is kind of when things pay off. Oftentimes, that is when people settle down, or when people kind of want to settle down. Not just the springtime is for mating. The fall is when you want to settle down in the fall. The holidays are going to start. There's going to be a lot of different energy coming towards October, okay? And the Eight of Cups. Okay, this is very interesting. The Eight of Cups, you know, I've always thought of the Eight of Cups as disappointment in love, you know, a lot of cups turned upside down. One at the bottom here is right side up. You know, some people call it disappointment, but other people see it as new opportunity, because they're like, okay, there've been all these disappointments, but there's this one big cup here at the very begin, in the upright, towards the very front of that. Do you see that? But the garden is green, but it's like it's been hidden from you, okay? That new start, that new opportunity. So don't see it necessarily as disappointment. It might have been that this is saying that it's that disappointment really that is the catalyst for all this, because we have disappointment and we have the Five of Staffs, which is change, but then we have all this other, which is new. It's the Chariot, it's fertility, and you see at the bottom of the deck, oh my God, here you are, the Queen of Pentacles. You see, Taurus. This is you being in your element, being secure, having the things that you want. Your garden is growing. You're finally where you want to be. You see. So this is wonderful. Yes, this is really wonderful. I am very excited for you. You know, I don't even really think we need to recap this. This has been a long reading for me. I don't do readings more than like 12-15 minutes. But we have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. We do have, you know, I like to say, we have something is changing. I feel like it could be two things. It could be this change that brings you to the new love of the sun, and the Five of Staffs. That could be new location, because Four of Staffs puts you securely in a new location. And then we've got the Judgment and the Hierophant, okay? So this can be divorce and resolution that leads you to that new front, or that can be, you know, just things balancing themselves out and you getting remarried. So these are cards of love. These are cards of marriage. These are cards of, the Queen of Cups is love, okay? The Queen of Pentacles, that's you. But the Chariot says everything happens in its own time, Godspeed. But that the forces of positive and negative balance themselves out so that you achieve what you want, and you are in the sun energy. So there you go. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got some rappers rolling by. I'm out in a beautiful grassy area by a river. So I just thought it would be quiet, but it's pretty active here. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this energy, Taurus. I love you guys. Okay. God bless you. Everything is great. October is going to be wonderful and action-packed. So please let me know how it works out for you. Please comment. Of course, like and subscribe. But I want to know if this reading was really on target for a lot of you, because I just want to know. All right? Okay, thank you. Check in next month.